Yo, Hendo here with Average Dude Slo-Pitch. Today we're getting a chance to bring out two of the brand new Proton USA ASA models. We've got the one-piece Series 3 John Nelson's Signature Edition, and then we've got the two-piece Proton Roadrunner. And so for both these, they're going to be 12.75-inch barrels. Today we're going with 26-ounce, half-ounce end loads on both of these as well. We're going to go ahead, take them out to the field. Obviously 52 300s. Just before that, we'll throw them on the tester for you so you can see where they're at. These are linear bats, so they have to pass at the 1450 number. Just keep that in mind. The only non-linears that I saw on the list for them were the ones that collabed with Mazda on. So these will be those linear models, and these are expected to drop right around the end of February. I've heard a rumor date of roughly February 25th. If that happens, you decide to grab one of these after watching the video, code ADS will be your discount over there on Proton Sports. But let's get out to the field, test these out, see how they perform, and then come back with final compression, final thoughts. All right, let's start with the one-piece Series 3 Proton. Both of these models, this and the Roadrunner that we'll test here in a second, are linear barrels, so they have to follow the 1450 compression rules. The only Protons that I saw on the list that were non-linear was the Series 2 that Mazda made in collaboration with Proton, so just something to keep in mind there. But here on the tester, we're sitting dead on 250, which on the conversion chart puts us at 1600. So you still got 150 PSI there, which again, using the softer 52 balls we found with most ASA bats we've swung, it takes quite a few swings to really drop the compression. So we'll obviously get our swings on there, looking to get about 100 on each of these bats and see what we get from there. And then here on the two-piece, the Proton Roadrunner, or Project Roadrunner, I think is what it's actually going to be called. We've got the same thing. 1450 is our threshold. Let that sit. Oh, it moved a little bit. There we go. And pretty much the same thing. So we know with both of these, we've got about 150 to 200 PSI to kind of play with. Let's go ahead and get out there, take our swings, come back, final compression, final thoughts. All right, USA Proton Series 3. Let's see what things all about.
93 miles per hour.
That's an outstanding start. I mean, with the ASA ball, it feels like you're swinging a USSSA bat with USSSA balls. Like that feedback was not what I was expecting from an ASA bat.
86 miles per hour. 95 miles per hour.
Golly, this thing's real good. So it reminds me back of the initial Neon Series 2 when they first dropped them.
87 miles per hour. 96 miles per hour.
I think that was slightly high sweet spot maybe. You could feel a little bit of the stiffness.
87 miles per hour.
Yeah, I mean, and again, it's easy to control. Good whip on the bat with that little half-ounce end load. I mean, it being that it's a one-piece, it still takes some light getting used to, but it sounds good. It's good sound for ASA bat.
96 miles per hour.
There's the hands. And I know it's the hands because I felt the sting on it. Or maybe not say the hands, but lower the sweet spot. But this one piece with the stiffness, it's got all the forgiveness you could possibly need.
89 miles per hour. 106 miles per hour.
Man, that sound though. You wouldn't, I mean, anyone walking up to the ballpark wouldn't know you're swinging ASA right now.
84 miles per hour.
All right, guys, so with those initial swings, the sound is good. It definitely reminds me of the Series 2 USSSA model. Great sound, good performance. Easy to cut the ball, especially for a one-piece. I find it harder, but this is definitely a good sounding bat. Pretty good performance. We got some webbing, but I mean, other than that, it sounds good and it feels good.
100 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's gonna do it for the one piece. So the Proton Series 3, again, great feel, great sound. If you're somebody who's making the switch over from USSSA up to ASA, I'll tell you right now, I really can't even tell a difference from the Neon Series 2. I swung, gained back, I think when it dropped in 23. So it's great sound, great feel, tons of forgiveness. We'll see what the compression does. Other than some webbing, we have no issues here on this this Proton. So it's performing great and the feedback on it's outstanding. So excited to see obviously what it's at and if we can put more swings and really open it up. But stay tuned. These should be dropping right around, I think, February 25th. Code ADS over there on Proton. All right, the Proton Roadrunner, 2-piece USA model. Gonna go ahead and throw some 52-300 on it, see how it performs. We're swinging a 26 with a 1/2 ounce end load. These are 12.75 inch barrels coming into February.
99 miles per hour.
Yep, the carry's there too. You can feel a little bit more of the trampoline off this one, but right now I'm saying both great options.
87 miles per hour. 103 miles per hour.
Whew.
72 miles per hour.
Okay, still some pretty good forgiveness so far. Initial thoughts. I mean, the 2-piece makes it a little bit easier to whip through the zone, but good sound. Again, Proton's always been known for the good sound, and I definitely like what I'm sounding, especially on the ASA models.
102 miles per hour.
Yeah, between the two of them, slightly softer feel, which makes sense because obviously you got a little more flex coming from the 2-piece handle, but so you can see there, performance is still there. As we saw with the carry and the one before that, forgiveness is still there.
89 miles per hour.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit better. It feels a little bit better than the 1-piece Series 3 Proton, but I mean, we're through the initial swings. We don't, man, I see maybe 2-3 webs, if that, but we'll keep swinging here, see how we go.
93 miles per hour.
That's towards the end cap, or towards the end, and we hit the fence. Like, the forgiveness off these so far has been probably the most impressive part in my mind.
There you go.
86 miles per hour.
That one felt really good. Guys, definitely not seeing a lot of, the sound's not always consistent for my personal preference when it comes to the ASAs. Both Protons that I swung sound really, really good. And this one feels really, really good. I like the 2-piece a little bit better, but it's not a knock on the other one. It just feels better. It seems more forgiving. So definitely good bat from Proton right here for the ASA models.
Oh yeah, brother.
Heh.
Look at Junior. That's been on video before. It's actually good. While you fixing him, I need to look. Off the end.
87 miles per hour.
That's what I'm. So there's obviously a little bit more flex on this one. That was 100%. I mean, we saw the speeds and everything off towards the end of the bat, but that little bit of flex is helping the barrel kind of snap to the ball. The nice trampoline off this, as you can see, the ball's carrying great. So the forgiveness on these is wild, and I'm interested to see where the compression's at and how much more we can really open these up, because we're about to finish this with about 80-ish swings. But great options right now from Proton.
99 miles per hour.
Yeah, and that's going to do it here. So again, I mean, both these Proton options are great. If you're somebody who likes kind of the sniffer feel, it's going to be the 1-piece off of Series 3. If you want that little bit of flex, I mean, it's not a ton of flex. We're talking no different than kind of the Tantrums, maybe even the UTX-33 Juno, stuff like that. Great option. Both have great forgiveness. We're going to go ahead and take these home, see how they test, and then we'll go with the final thoughts from there. Okay, let's see how our USA ASA Proton Series 3 and USA ASA Proton Roadrunner test. As a reminder, these are linear barrels, so they need to be at 1450 threshold. And just like I talked about, if you watch the USSSA review as well, these bats are meant to be a lot more game ready, so we definitely put more swings on them than we should have. And to be honest, they felt really, really good. Excited to go back and kind of watch the footage and kind of really analyze as we kind of come up with the rankings on this one. But let that sit at 0. And 250 here on this one, which is awesome to see. We're still sitting at between 1550 and 1575. So even with how good it felt, we have another 100 or so PSI to go before we even worry about failing. And if I'm going to consider obviously putting this one in the bag right there next to my Pierce Skybolt, King of Diamonds, and that dual stamp axe. And I probably won't put any more swings on it other than I want to pull those bats back out and do kind of a comparison video, as well as for myself, kind of swing them side by side and see what I want to game when I head to my first ASA tournament of the year in March. But that's awesome to see with where that compression's at there. And then on the 2-piece, the Roadrunner, let's let that sit at 0. Look at that, same thing. So with both of these, we have about 100 or so PSI still to go. Both felt really, really good. I'll talk about more in the final thoughts. I preferred the stiffer handle. It's just my personal preference, but both these bats absolutely killed the ball. We'll talk about that here in a minute. All right, let's see where our USA Proton scale at up first, the Series 3 one piece. And ours is a 26 sticker, 0.5 end load, by the way, both these are. And it comes in pretty much spot on 26. So just realize with that, what this tells me is that whatever weight you order is you're going to be getting the sticker weight, basically, if that makes sense. So if you order a 26 1 ounce end load, I'd expect it to still be a 26 sticker. So keep that in mind when you're ordering. And here on the Roadrunner, same thing. So both these are absolutely spot on their sticker weight. So that's just something to keep in mind there. I know some companies do, like Juno, it's basically sticker weight plus the end load. Here with the Protons, unless I hear otherwise, it's sticker weight. All right, and that's going to wrap it up for our Proton Roadrunner, Proton Series 3 USA ASA bats. And all in all, I was super, super impressed with these. One, they obviously held compression just fine. As you saw there at the end, there's still plenty of wiggle room on these. And both these models, for being the linear models, and what I mean by that is I've noticed in the past, for me personally, I've really liked the feel of like the Pad Tech Piers, the Fib Monsters, things like that, a lot of the non-linear bats. However, I've seen more and more that there's linear models that are coming out that are absolute gas. And both of these performed great for us. I think the big one on this, for which one you're going to go with, is if you like that kind of stiff feel. So if you're somebody who's maybe been swinging the stiff handle Monsters, Piers, whatever it might be, you're going to want to lean towards the Series 3, obviously with it being that one piece. And then if you like a little bit of that flex, and it's not a ton of flex, like I still was plenty comfortable with it, but that's where you're going to go with the Project Roadrunner. So if you swung Proton in the past, pretty standard to their two pieces as far as the flex goes. If you're somebody who hasn't swung Proton, I would relate it to something like the two-piece tantrum handles for the most part. Probably pretty close to what the Micans had last year with the Pro M1s, things like that. But either way, we're not talking tons of flex, so you'd be fine with going kind of with either of these, but you will get a tiny bit of flex here and obviously a much stiffer feel here. But with that being said, I mean, you saw the performance on them. You saw the compression on there. Both are great options for the USA ASA game. And again, these will be dropping, should be dropping again here at the end of February. For anyone who maybe hasn't dealt with Pier here in a while, or sorry, hasn't dealt with Proton here in a while, they're no longer doing the whole pre-order thing as well. So once you see these on the site, these are in stock and shipping. So you don't have to worry about kind of any big delays. I know we've had some people reach out and say, hey, I really like the Protons, but I don't like having to wait for them. You're not going to have to wait for them anymore. So when these do drop, they are live, ready to ship. Code ADS will be your discount code. But with that being said, hopefully that kind of helped you decide if you want to grab either of these models, maybe lean a different way for the USASA game, whatever it might be. Again, if you ever have any questions, comments, concerns, just reach out to us on any of the social media platforms. You can message, or you can obviously drop a comment. We'll do our best to get back to you there. But in the description of the video, you'll find a link tree there that has all our contact info, social medias, everything like that, as well as a whole bunch of discount codes and links to get you the best prices on any gear that you might need. A lot of the companies have allowed us to kind of throw those codes in there for you just to help you, the viewers, out, just purely for supporting the channel, which obviously then supports whichever company you lean towards. So either way, thanks for supporting the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.